Folklore by Taylor Swift. I never listened to Taylor Swift a day in my life.
But I can see it's lost in my memory. I get slipped away into a moment in time. I don't wanna keep secrets just to keep you, and I'm stuck into the garden pit. Every night that's over, just to steal my place.
Honestly, I cannot believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but I've seen Taylor Swift live.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
To sit here in front of you, my friends,
and tell y'all that I was
tailgating with the fans, the Swifties, hanging out, doing sing-alongs.
Lover era.
Incredible. Everybody's walking by it. We got the Cornelia Street. Riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. We have not found the Swiftie moms, and we found them. So,
No, this is my 1335th concert.
you know Haim?
Yes! We're the Catholic high. Except for I give.
And I can see it's twisted and bed sheets on you slipped away.
And then finally stepping foot in the stadium to see Taylor Swift live in person. Fabrizio in the cut, full blown Swiftie. Y'all see MetLife Stadium in the background.
Wrong window.
Y'all know who this is. From the beginning of the day, it was awesome. You know, people were barbecuing. I always heard about tailgating and with country music specifically. I never really seen it with hip hop concerts. But it was cool. Like, they had a lot of stereos outside. A lot of music was playing from the cars and the trucks. People singing along to their different eras while barbecuing and being with their friends, moms, dads, kids. It was people of all ages. And when Taylor comes on, obviously the stadium is filled. And then you finally hear Miss Americana. It hit me like, yo, I'm really here right now. I kept saying that over and over. I can't believe I'm here right now. I kept getting friendship bracelets. And Taylor goes from Miss Americana to Cruel Summer, a song that she has not performed. And hearing that song, oh my God, when the beat dropped and then the chorus, it was so beautiful. Everybody was singing along. And Lover, when you look at the album cover, it matches perfectly with the sky. And that's the cool thing about the concert is it starts when Taylor gets on at 8 o'clock and it ends around 11:30. So you can see the sunset. It's really beautiful. Just look at the sky and translation with what she's performing on stage. Oh my God, the bridge. The bridge. That took me out. I'm drunk in the back of the car. She did a little speech, and there was one part where she was like, Jersey, you're making me feel phenomenal. And then she did this pose.
I'm gonna be really honest with you right now, Jersey, you're making me feel phenomenal right now.
Then she started flexing her guns. I was like, okay. It was cool too because Taylor broke the ice. Obviously everyone in the stadium, we're in many ways lucky. We're lucky to even be here because it's so difficult to get your hands on these tickets.
Is there anyone here in the stadium tonight that had to put in a considerable amount of effort in order to be here?
There was people outside when I walked into the concert, And they were like, tickets, you got tickets? Please tell me you have tickets. I guess they thought that I wasn't a Swiftie. Maybe I looked like a random brother selling tickets, but it wasn't me. I'm here to see Taylor. Don't ask me for tickets. And that was a topic of conversation when I was in the parking lot with the Swifties.
A girl on Facebook sold them to me, so I'm hoping I'm not scammed, but I did message SeatGeek to verify them, and they said they were verified. So
it was very stressful. We did the verified fan thing, and it worked for us. And I know it didn't work for everybody, but it worked for us, but it was extremely stressful.
I do love that Taylor showed admiration to the openers. Phoebe Bridgers. A finale, because Phoebe is no longer touring with Taylor on the Eras tour, and we'll get into Phoebe a little bit later on. And then her new opener, which happens to be the background dancer in her former tours.
His Eras tour debut tonight, he absolutely killed it. Will you please give it up one more time for Owen?
Also, the person who played the wonderful role of Taylor's love interest in Lover. And speaking of Lover, Taylor's performance of Lover was absolutely beautiful. I was waiting for this. This was one of the 5 songs that I really wanted to hear live. So the Lover section of the tour concludes with the Archer, and then it ends this very majestic part of the set. You get your first transition, and the transitions are really seamless. She doesn't take too much time, and that's very impressive considering how many songs she does. You would think she needs to get some water. She probably needs to sit down for a moment. She's dancing the whole night. Like, does she need a break? But no, she doesn't take breaks. She goes away for like 1 minute, and then boom, you're already in the next era. And then you go from Lover, you see the house, and the house lights up in flames, and then suddenly you see sparks, and it transitions into Fearless. One thing I love about concerts is there's certain songs that you may not love when you listen to the album, but when you hear the song live and in person, you appreciate it 10 times more. The song that did it for me was Fearless. I don't know, it gets better, fearless. I don't know the lyrics because I do not listen to that song ever, but when she performed it, it made me want to go back and listen to it more, so I will. And honestly, like, You Belong With Me and Love Story. Now, I wasn't the biggest Swiftie growing up. In fact, I never listened to Taylor. I was always listening to Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, artists like that. Never Taylor. But when I was in school, middle school, of course, I listened to You Belong With Me and Love Story. You can't not listen to it. You hear it on the radio. You go to the shopping center, the mall. You go to a random store. You go to the movies, wherever. It's playing in the background. So to hear it live, even though I wasn't a fan back then, it was still nostalgic. It still took me back. It felt like I was trapped in an early 2000s movie. especially for the older fans too, because you know, you get all ages when you go to this concert. You know, you go to certain concerts, it's fairly young. You get a lot of like, you know, middle schoolers, high schoolers, and that's it. That's kind of the cap. But this, you know, you see people that are in their 30s and their 40s, and they really did grow up listening to Taylor all the way through. So that was their moment. The Evermore section felt like a damn campfire, like just the scenery. It felt like we were roasting marshmallows listening to Taylor Swift. And I really love the stage design, the dancers, and how the dancers themselves tell a story throughout the whole concert. You know, just to kind of trickle back when she performed The Man, and just seeing the suits and ties, and it was like you're at a musical, right? And then the Evermore section, it slows down and mellows out, and you get 'Tis the Damn Season, you get Willow, and you get that story, that winter story from Taylor. And it's really awesome how she was able to demonstrate that with the illustration. Easily my favorite section from Evermore was the song that she dedicated to her grandmother, and she did a whole speech, and after the speech she sang it. It was beautiful. The crowd, we all lit up our phones, and it's just awesome because it started to get a little bit darker. It wasn't pitch dark yet, but the sun set, and it was just a beautiful moment. And I remember after that moment, and everybody had tears in their eyes, I said, this is a perfect time for me to use the restroom. I didn't realize when you go to a stadium concert, it's really difficult to use the restrooms. The lines be insane. God forbid you want to get some chicken tenders and fries. You better not want to get no chicken tenders and fries. Them lines be ridiculous. You just want to get to your seat. But at a certain point, I'm like, yo, I have to use the restroom, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. So I said, okay, I got to run. I don't want to miss my favorite song, and I don't know what song is coming up next. So I ran. There's more women than men at this concert, way more. So the lines for the women's restroom, down the hall. The lines for the men's restroom were cool at first, and then the women were like, no, we're using the men's restroom. So the men's restroom was for everyone. So this was my moment, you know, while Taylor was on. Let me use the restroom. And I'm in the restroom, and all of a sudden I keep hearing, I'm waiting for the next song to play, but I just keep hearing applause. It was like a standing ovation. I go out the restroom, and then I start hearing Taylor, Taylor, Taylor.
I love you so much. Thank you for that. So it's been about 5 years since I've gotten to tour. You know, we had a really serious global pandemic, so the conversations that I was thinking about were not really the conversations revolving around the fact that nobody knew if we were ever going to be able to tour again. But I decided instead to write as many songs as I possibly could and make as many albums as I possibly could and try to connect with you that way.
And she capped off the Evermore section. Champagne Problems was Chef's Kiss. Beautiful song.
'Cause I dropped your hand while dancing, left you out there standing, crestfallen on the landing. Champagne Problems.
And then from Champagne Problems into Tolerated. Mind you, I want to also shout out This individual here, he was all over the concert. His acting performance was brilliant. Didn't say a word, didn't sing nothing, but the way he was able to tell these stories, especially during the Evermore section, and you see him sipping his wine, he's looking unbothered while Taylor sings Tolerated. It's a very good touch to the show. Then you get the transition from the cottagecore, cloudy mood of Evermore, and you go into an all-out thunderstorm, Reputation. And you see it in the form of a snake. Once that snake appeared, oh my God, it got dark out. Like, that's when it was pitch dark out. And everyone knew that Reputation was coming. And you start to hear the drums from Ready For It. And honestly, that was the loudest section on the Eras tour. Whoa, you could tell people love Reputation more than anything on this earth. Reputation is their favorite kid.
Are you ready for it?
You hear Ready For It, you see the choreo.
You should see the things we do. In the middle of the night, my dreams free. I know I'm gonna be with you, so I take a flight. Are you ready for it?
I'm really here. I wish I could take a Ziploc bag and just capture the moment in the Ziploc bag, and so I could open it up and put myself in the moment whenever I want to. But unfortunately, I can't do that. And then Delicate. Delicate.
Any promises now can be made, but you can make me straight. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Drive on the east side, where you at? Moonlights up on nightstand in the back. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans in your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do. 'Cause I like the best. My reputation's never been worse, so.
The bass on there, oh my God. And this was the one song I was really grooving. I was dancing the whole night. Then you had Don't Blame Me, and everybody in the audience was looking like this. So she completes the Reputation era. She ends it off with Look What You Made Me Do. And then you transition into the next era. Speak Now. Now, Speak Now, I'm not gonna lie. If you a Speak Now fan, you did not get fed. Okay, you were starving. You were starving. You ever heard that term, Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace? I ain't saying a word. My mouth is duct taped shut. Okay, that was the shortest section of the Eras tour, maybe aside from like the debut, which got no songs. We didn't even get a I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. Ain't no pictures to burn, no teardrops on the guitar. But, you know, Speak Now, she did Enchanted. And Enchanted is a great song. That's one of my favorites. If you watch my top Taylor songs video, you know how I feel about Enchanted. So that was awesome. I did a little sing-along too in the parking lot.
And it's when I saw your face, all I can say is I was enchanted to meet you.
We was singing Enchanted, and that was a beautiful moment. They gave us bracelets at the beginning of the show. So seeing all the purple bracelets lit up, it was mesmerizing. You know, that was a magical moment.
And it was enchanted to meet you. All I can say is I was enchanted to meet you.
Her vocals were really awesome during that section. I just wish she would have did Long Live. I wish she would have did Long Live and New Year's Day. I'm not gonna lie. That was the only thing. It kind of cut me deep. It's okay though.
Dress up like hipsters and make fun of our exes.
Okay, so I equate the Fearless era with the Red era in terms of like the nostalgia of it, you know. So she came out with the fit. I want to say it was from 22 with the glasses, the hat, and the white tee, and it was something was written on the white tee. I can't remember. Y'all are probably gonna put it in the comments, but that was a cool moment. She performed 22. Took us back to 2012. She even did the little kick line that you see the Christmas Spectacular, Rockettes. That was a party. And then to go from 22 to I Knew You Were Trouble and Nothing New. So Nothing New was one of the very few songs she did from the vault. It might have been the only one actually. And she brought Phoebe out, and her and Phoebe had a moment. You know, Phoebe damn near ready to cry, just appreciating Taylor appreciating Phoebe. It was a moment where it was just them two in a stadium, and we were all kind of eavesdropping on their conversation. That's how personal it felt. I really enjoyed that moment, and that performance was beautiful.
So, I don't even know how to talk about this, but this is our last night together on this tour. I don't know what to say. I'm really sad. I'm so sad. It's sad. You are my hero. What are you doing right now? I love you so much. What are you doing? You are my hero. I love you. I love you so much. I love you.
When my cheeks are going sour from turning red and faking smiles, are we only glad?
Phoebe's opening was incredible. Hearing I Know the End, hearing Motion Sickness, hearing Kyoto, and her, you know, talking about her dad who unfortunately passed, and just her having the strength to still perform that song. I have so much respect for Phoebe. And then you have the moment. You have the final Infinity Stone. I thought she was going to end with this. She did All Too Well, the 10-minute version. Again, this is a long concert. She takes no breaks. The fact that she did 10 minutes straight, not a dull moment, not a crack in the voice, and y'all had a nerve to say she's not an amazing vocalist. I should hit y'all. I should slap y'all for that. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not a violent person. But still, you're wrong. She's saying, "Tossing me the car keys, fuck the patriarchy," and everybody said it so loud with such venom. Also, her vocals right here when she talked about the crumbled up piece of paper. Obviously, the red section was beautiful. Everybody loved All Too Well, and people, they did not lose energy from start to finish. The crowd, they represented. This was the New Jersey, or New York, I like to call it, crowd. They did their damn thing. You can't talk about us. The transitions were so seamless. Taylor had no time really. Like, she would come back with a brand new outfit and it would only take her a minute. And it's like, yo, you don't need any rest whatsoever. Then you get my favorite album. My favorite album, for those who don't know, Folklore. The Folklore section was incredible. The moonlight sky, the cabin. You know, you hear the piano come in. Doom, doom. I'm doing good. I'm on some new shit. And then from there, the crowd is just like, yes, thank you.
I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. You're saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't know. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made.
And she spoke about, you know, Folklore, and this being the first album where she was able to step out of her own realm, you know, her own storybook, and write new stories based on characters that she makes up, like a movie director, a screenwriter, an author. And that to me is peak level creativity. And also Taylor talks about, you know, how much she appreciates the moment of being in the stadium, performing these songs that she didn't really know she would be able to perform these songs ever again. The Folklore section, I mean, it was so amazing. Like I said, August, she did The Last Great American Dynasty, just her telling that story of Rebecca and, you know, that Rhode Island home and all of that coming together. It was like a music video right in front of us. Also, Betty, her performing Betty. She said during this time away from touring and being out in the public eye, she got through it white wine and writing songs, and she just wanted to create a ton of albums, and now she gets to perform those albums for the first time. So hearing a lot of these songs, obviously my favorite moment from the concert, easily my number one moment, August.
But I can see it's lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see it's twisted in bed sheets. August slipped away like a bottle of wine.
August slipped away. I did a sing-along for this in the parking lot too. That was really fun. I love August. You know, the bridge, meet me behind the mall. So much for summer love. This shot I got of the crowd with the bracelets lighting up and them singing the bridge. This is easily the best, one of the best videos in my camera roll. Like, y'all should be thankful that I added that in for y'all. I should have gatekeeped it, but I'm not.
Rolled up and said get in the car, then cancel my plans just in case you call. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me behind the wall.
Subscribe and like the video just for that alone. Such a good video. I keep watching it over and over again. Like, I can't get over how great of a video that is, and I did it.
You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says. Most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you.
You know, it sounds like you would go to this hole-in-the-wall bar and you would find some random singer that has this untapped potential. And what song are they singing? Betty. Like, this is a song they would make. It's such a... The Folklore section gave off such amazing vibes. Easily my favorite era.
To kiss in cars, downtown bars, that's all we needed. You drew stars around my stars, without bleeding. 'Cause I knew you, stepping on the last string, marked me like a bloodstained eye.
So she ended it off with the song that I guess started it all, which was Cardigan. And you go from Cardigan to a very fun era, the 1989 era. Now, this is my second favorite album from Taylor Swift after Folklore, and I loved it live. I never really seen clips from the 1989 tour, but this was a fun section from the choreo, her performing style, and how much the crowd was through the roof at that moment in time. And then
You got that daydream look in your eye, and I got that classic thing that you like. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time. We never go out of sight.
This high note right here, though. This high note right here. Come on, man. Come on. The drums on Blank Space. I felt that in my heart. I felt that in my chest. Shake It Off was an absolute party. Shout out to all the Swiftie moms. I want to shout out to all the Swiftie moms. I know Mother's Day, that was a while ago. So, not to say y'all are irrelevant. Y'all not irrelevant. Never. I'm just saying that right now, most people wouldn't bring it up. I'm not gonna lie. I watched other YouTube channels. They rarely bring up the Swiftie moms. What's that about? What's good with that? But me, on the other hand, I actually interviewed Swiftie moms and Swiftie dads. So that's why I got to stay tuned for when I drop the Conversations with Swifties video, so y'all can really understand this experience that I had. Subscribe to the channel, put post notifications on, stop playing around with your future. Also, shout out to this girl right here. I forgot. I don't know the dancers' names, but she was whipping that hair. And you know what? I love it. She made me dizzy. Oh, I can't. So, by the way, I'm reading off of my notes because this concert was so long. I can't remember everything. But when she did Wildest Dreams, oh my. Oh my, Mary song. Yo, Wildest Dreams was a wild dream. It felt like I had to pinch myself at the end of that performance. That was a great one. Now, 1989, if you loved 1989, you were fed like Thanksgiving, okay? You were fed like Super Bowl Sunday. Clean and Welcome to New York. Now, Welcome to New York was a given. She did a nice acoustic version. It was very playful. I loved it.
Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. It's a new soundtrack. I can dance to this beat forevermore. The lights are so bright, we never mind it. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted Cornelia Street. I know she ain't gonna walk Cornelia Street again. I know I did. So she did Clean. And she has one rule. She doesn't repeat songs unless she feels she can do them better. And she felt like she can do Clean in a higher key. And it sounded amazing. It sounded powerful. And that's one of my favorite songs from 1989. And obviously, y'all know how I feel about Midnights. I wore this shirt when I did my Midnights reaction. You should watch my Midnights reaction too. A lot of y'all watch one Taylor video. Y'all don't go back to the other Taylor videos, and I'm concerned.
Oh
Midnight Rain, I loved. Anti-Hero when she did that. All of those were great. But when she did Vigilante shit and she was on the chair doing the choreo, I ain't never seen Taylor dance like that before. That was great. I was like, well, I'll be damned. I was flabbergasted. And she was popping. That's all I'm going to say. She was popping.
She don't dress for friends. Lately she's been dressing for revenge. Ladies always rise above. Ladies know what people want. Someone sweet and kind and fun. The ladies simply high enough.
And then Karma with Ice Spice. You know, I have a nice admiration for Ice Spice going on these days. I think Ice Spice is I like Ice Spice a lot. She's really cool. So seeing her come out for Karma and Taylor big her up, especially with Ice Spice being from New York, that was just the epic moment and a great ending for the concert. I am going to end this off saying this. Taylor is one of the biggest artists in the world. Seeing her live is an absolute privilege. It's a memory. And when you have a moment where you realize that there's 80,000 plus people that are going to take away a memory of a lifetime, right? You want to make the best of that. And more than any concert I've ever been to, I think Taylor did the most to make sure that everybody left that stadium and felt not only proud of their purchase, because these tickets ain't cheap, proud of their purchase, but she surpassed everyone's expectations. Because even my high expectations for this show, it's not high enough compared to what she actually delivered for us. This was a brilliant show, top to bottom. I left with so much respect for Taylor. Again, the fact that she can sit up there on that stage and perform for 3.5 hours straight, I am so impressed. There was no breaks. There was no intermissions. Taylor Swift, thank you. I have more content from this evening, this day. So be on the lookout for the fan trivia, the tailgating, the conversations. More coming soon. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on social media. Instagram, Twitter, Anthony96JR. As always, with my channel, we end off with the hug. Bring it in.
Now these dancers have been performing